I came home today, laid in my bean bag, my famously mentioned bean bag, fell asleep to a terrifying art history video, and just stayed asleep for a while. That was like, wow, it's 6 p.m. I should make my YouTube video. So you're back. Why did that make me tear up? Because I miss napping. Because I just want to sleep all day. Because Japan has ruined my sleep schedule. We've been doing this little alternate thing of vlog culture, vlog education, vlog I ran out of video ideas type of thing. So we did a vlog last week, so you know what time it is. I wanted to do a video about food and food culture, because when people back at home contact me, that's the biggest question they always have, is everything related to food. So I was like, you know what, let's talk about the 7 most interesting things that I could think of to talk about. Yeah. So the first thing was this thing called washoku, and it's basically just the whole essence of Japanese traditional cuisine, and it's based around the fact that a Japanese meal is more than just the food itself, but it has everything to do with the presentation and the way that it's configured, and the emotion behind dishes and stuff like this. Some notable features of this is cooking without waste. I would say that's the biggest thing. Like, you cannot leave 1 grain of rice behind in your bowl. There have been many times where I'm like, I'm done, and she's like, no you're not. Just using all 5 senses when you taste, using all of the colors of the rainbow. It's a little bit different in my family just because everyone here hates fish except for me, so we don't eat fish like at all. Using ingredients that are in season. In America, we'll kind of just be like, that fruit is a summer fruit and it's January 1st, let's eat it. And then lots of etiquette that I will go more into later. Next, I wanted to talk about just the format of the way the dishes are, the way the dishes are picked. I think a lot of people have this standard idea of what like a Japanese meal set looks like, and it's pretty correct actually, and it's pretty common for all families to do it like this. And so basically the format is you'll have a bowl of rice, white rice, you'll have a bowl of soup, which is vegetable soup, tofu soup, miso soup, a main dish, which is usually like meat, tofu, yeah, usually meat in our house, and then 2 side dishes, which are vegetables, tofu, fish, meat. They can be literally whatever. But I'll insert clips of my food here and there that you've probably seen before. They might look similar. It's usually the same layout, but so many different things that you can do. So, very fun. I never know what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Number 3, I wanted to talk about the common misconception about portion sizes. And I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say, which is, oh my god, Japanese portion sizes are so small. No. The portion sizes here are so big because in America, typically it's a meat, a veggie, and a carb. 3 things, that's it, 1 plate. Yeah, the plate is big, but all 3 things are on the same plate. In Japan, not only do they love their dishes, they have so many dishes. It's like everyone loves their dishes. There's always like 5 of them. And yeah, it's like medium to small sized plates themselves, but there's like millions of them. And a lot of the time, more of that food will be in the center where you continue to load your plate. The portion sizes are not small. I find myself wasting more food here than I ever have in America. Yeah. People aren't skinny because of the food sizes. They're skinny because of genes. 4 is the traditional sayings that you say before and after a meal. The first one is Itadakimasu. Everyone claps their hands together quietly, and you cannot eat until you say that, until everyone says that at the same time. And basically it just translates to let's eat. Expresses gratitude to the person who made the meal, which is 9 times out of 10 the housewife, which is your mom, my host mom. My phone didn't have enough space. It didn't save the last video I took I'm just gonna pretend that that was a rehearsal. I think the last place I was talking about was what you say after a meal, which is gocho sama deshita, which was like the hardest thing for me to say for the longest time. I don't even know why. It still is. That kind of sounded awful. Basically, that's just to say thank you again to the person who made the meal. And you also say that after you leave a restaurant as well. So if my host dad pays for the family's food, as soon as we exit the restaurant, we're all just like, gocho sama deshita, thanks for paying, basically. Because cooking here is very long. It's a long process. Next is something that a lot of people ask about. Number 5, slurping and food sounds in general. And yes, slurping is seen as very polite and like a audible, this food is delicious, thank you, chef. It kind of mostly started because it's like food is hot and you have to eat it fast for some reason. I don't know, you're on the go, and so it's like cooling down the food as you're eating it. But it's not easy to do. Like, I've tried it multiple times when we're eating ramen all together, and it's just like it does not go in. So it is still a skill. It is not just a bad table manner. It's actually very good table manners here, which is funny. But other things like chewing loudly and burping and stuff is not good. We still do it because my family's fun. But number 6 is the use of chopsticks. Kind of basic, kind of obvious. Yes, we use chopsticks. My host family actually gifted me my own pair of engraved chopsticks, and they had a little bunny on them. My first night when I got here, it was so cute. So I've definitely gotten a lot better at using them. But you use them for your own food, you use them for taking from the sharing plate and putting on your own plate, everything. And when you aren't using them, you have to put them either on like the edge of your plate or on a little chopstick holder. You are never ever supposed to put them into your food. And this is like a common theme among a lot of Japanese customs, but just this idea of that reminds me of something related to death, and therefore that is unlucky. So with the chopsticks in like rice, they're sticking straight up. It reminds people of like incense at funerals, and so they're like, I don't know, whatever you want to do. It's definitely the easier choice, but don't do it. Okay, and finally, the last point I wanted to make is that even though Japan has a lot of food that it can call its own, it's its own culture, made from Japan, blah blah blah, great, but Japan also borrows not even just food, everything, but borrows a lot from other countries as well. And I don't even want to get started because they are not the same versions, okay? I miss pizza and I miss burgers so much. We've gotten pizza multiple times here. It is not the same. I will see if I can insert a picture of how thin pizza is here. It's not the same. I miss American pizza. But there's also things like curry rice, which was introduced to Japan by the British. The hamburger, which is hamburger. It's usually just like the meat. It's like when your dad is going gluten-free and he's like, no bun. There's just always no bun. It's just a meat on a platter, and there's usually like a salad on the side. It's very interesting. It can be done very wrong. Sometimes it's really bad. Spaghetti, which was probably, yeah, I'm not even gonna guess where that came from. I'm gonna say something wrong. But usually the spaghetti here is quite thick, kind of like udon noodles. It's usually stir-fried with like vegetables and ketchup. And then finally, doria, which is like a baked casserole, and it's French. I don't even know how to say the French one. Gratin. I don't know, a bunch of cheese and noodles and stuff. That one is good. I will admit that one is good. Cheese here though, try to stay away from extremely cheesy foods, because the cheese here, I don't know, maybe it's more real. Maybe American cheese is crap, and I like the crap more. I don't know. It's expensive, I'll tell you that. At the convenience store, like a little cheese like this is like $3. Anyways, that was my list of interesting food things. I'm just gonna insert some random ass pictures from the internet, and yeah, culture shock. More every week, it's just culture shock. But I hope you learned some things. And there's definitely some things that I will take back with me to the States. One of those things will not be Japanese pizza. Not sorry about it. See you next week.